Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome back to the Battle of Fredericksburg as we try to crush these damn rebels. It's going to be a while, and hopefully we actually get a victory here. We've been doing a pretty amazing job, to be quite honest, all things considered, especially capturing Telegraph Hill, or Mary's Road, I should say. Now, of course, we're going for Telegraph Road. I incorrectly called it a hill. I'm going to send Andrews and Meager over here while our guys just absolutely slaughter the rest of these Confederates. Of course, we've got guys like Barry, who are kind of pulling back, but could probably do a lot better, to be honest. We've also got these cannons firing away at the enemy, so we've got plenty of men prepared to take the fight over to Telegraph Road. We've already taken Mary's Heights, and of course now we want to focus on Telegraph Road. Of course, I see these guys coming up this hill, and the first thing I'm thinking is we've got a beautiful uphill advantage. We've got to make use of that and try to use it against the enemy. We've also got a few guys back here, Barnes, etc., and a whole bunch of cannons back here, but they're basically pounding away at the Rebs over here near Mary's Heights, and I want to keep that up for the most part. Of course, I'm going to take some of these guys, Tyler, maybe a few more, to assist with hitting the rebels over here. We'll have Andrews hit course. We'll have Barnes also arrive and hit the rest of these guys' course as well, and Meager as well. So we're going to bring him down, and we've got these reinforcements over here on the far right that I'm absolutely going to use. But before I do, I want to make sure that they're in a decent position. Whoa, sorry about that, guys. Grab Poe, Osborne, Christ. Wow, that guy's name is Christ. Interesting. Well, Christmas wishes to everybody. And we want to go ahead and move them into this area. Now, I'm pretty sure it's going to be heavily defended, if I had to guess. We're probably going to encounter some serious resistance. So just in case we do, we want to be prepared here. And it looks like Corse and some of his men are trying to make a charge against Andrews. I definitely want Meager to get a shot off, even though he's meager, to put it lightly. He doesn't have many men in his brigade, but I'm confident that we can make these guys rout, and sure enough, there they go. I'm not going to stop shooting because at this point, well, I don't want to charge, but at this point, we definitely want to do as much damage to the remaining Confederates as possible. Brigadier General James Nagel is wounded. Doesn't really concern us all that much. I'm going to take Carr and the rest of these guys, and we're immediately going to move into the area over here by the Telegraph Road. So this is going to be interesting, of course. A lot of our men moving, a lot of Federals here, and we got Kemper stopping us. And for those of you that have watched my Confederate campaign, you know that Kemper is a force to be reckoned with. For those of you that haven't watched my Confederate campaign, what in God's name are you waiting for, first of all? But anyway, guys, just wanted to obviously say Merry Christmas to everybody and Happy Holidays to everyone else, obviously. Happy New Year. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to do a lot more videos before the end of this year, but I always like to give that heads up just in case something occurs, God forbid. So we're going to keep moving here with Zook, Sully, and a few other guys. Just basically hold our position, especially with Schweitzer. Schweitzer is a tough guy, and he knows exactly what he's doing. So here we go. Harlan is advancing. Jenkins has a nice uphill position. I'm definitely going to focus fire on him and Kemper, just to basically break them up. We don't have the greatest position here with our men, but I think just by focusing fire, we can kill a lot of them. And obviously, we've lost a lot of men. Colonel James Barnes going down. But I feel confident that we can break Jenkins here, and sure enough, look at him routing. His men are getting the hell out of here, and finally, it looks like it's the Confederates taking the major hits. Now, I want to be careful because I'm starting to see some Confederate infantry over here with Warren. So we're going to move Poe over here. We're going to move Christ over here, and Osborne, the artillerist, and start firing at this position. I don't think these guys are nearly enough to take that final position from the enemy, not to mention that they've got a lot of men here defending. So Colonel George Hill is wounded. I'm going to take Stoneman down here to assist these men, give them a little bit of support, and let them know that the battle is absolutely still in our hands. We could still win this battle, obviously, and we're going to do everything we can to, of course, do that and make it happen. So here we go. Moving Meager forward, Andrews, Hall as well. Now, Robertson actually has a pretty good position, so I'm going to take Tyler and try to move him over here on the flank. I think you guys have watched me long enough to sort of know my general approach to these battles. So if you want to put down below what you think I am, what my general approach is, what kind of general I am, I'd love to hear it. Maybe not the greatest general in the world, but I would like to know what strategy you guys think I tend to use. And I would think it's more of a counterattack strategy, but I honestly don't know, so I need your help and your suggestions. And obviously we see here the Confederates have plenty of men left to carry on the battle, and we have, well, let's just put it simply, our time is running out. So I'm actually going to take these guys, and I'm going to ignore that Confederate unit. I'm going to just keep moving over here towards their positions. Obviously, we've got a lot more land to break, and remember, we're facing the entire rebel army here. We're not just facing a few groups, we are facing all of them, and that's going to make things very hard for us. Even Carr took off, and he's got a bunch of men. He should be doing just fine, but it looks like Garnett is going to try and charge here, and he could very well break us. So I'm going to bring Ferrero down, Harland, of course, maybe even a few more of these guys. I want to see what we're doing to the Confederates over here. It's looking pretty good. They are getting those cannons back, but I don't think it's going to be enough to really win the battle. So let's grab Alabak, Platt, a few of these other guys, and start sending them over as well. Got a lot more work to be done here, guys, and it's very, very obvious. Come on, Andrews. Course is approaching. Of course, we've got plenty of guys. I just said, of course, after course. Shame on me. Plenty of guys approaching here as well. But these guys have still a defensive position, and we need to get all the way over here. So we've got a lot of work to do before we can call this victory at all. In fact, even though we've gone way farther than the Federals did in the actual Battle of Fredericksburg, we could absolutely still lose this battle. I'm not sure what happens if we only capture one of these objectives, but I can imagine it's probably not great. So I'm going to make sure that Barnes is firing. Those muskets are still moving, even though Barnes is dead, and they're using that beautiful Springfield M1855. A little better than the 53, of course, but still not the greatest gun in the world. Of course, for the Civil War, anybody would be happy to have an M1855 instead of a farmer, or even a reboard farmer. It's just not really a very good weapon. So here we go. We've already found Jones, and over here we're firing on the edge of the rail line. Love to get these guys forward. I want Osborne firing at Jones too, even though he's going to have to dismount and set that artillery up. Probably not a bad idea. Now, Leisure here, I've never seen this guy before, but he better start putting up a pretty good fight against Jones. Jones has 3 stars, 3 attribute points essentially. This guy knows what he's doing, and he's been in a lot of fights. But we're knocking down those numbers very quickly, and I'm sure after Osborne's shot, which he's about to take right about now, Jones is going to be fleeing, I'm almost certain. Here we go. Let's hope it's canister. No, it's going to be shell shot, but it's powerful enough to do some serious damage to him and his men. Alright, let's take a look up here. We've got plenty of men all the way up here. Well, a lot of cannons, really. I'm going to bring Buchanan and Caldwell down here. It looks like the Confederates are still trying to break our lines, and we could see a lot of gray coats down there, so it's not like we're not doing our job, but I'm definitely at the point where I don't think I want to send any more men, I should say, to the southern position, to Telegraph Road. I might send Ward down there, but the rest of these guys are staying put. Our boys are just going to have to break this line, and look at that. Beautiful. If we can get the enemy flank here, we're going to be in really good shape. So we're sending Platt, the rest of these guys, over here to flank the enemy and hopefully just crush all these rebels. I mean, there are a ton of them, and they are not happy to see us. Bring Stoneman over here to help these boys, even though he's going to be in a dangerous position, and already it looks like Anderson is taking that wooded area and delivering some pretty nasty volleys to our men. So we want to get in there too and hopefully return the favor, as it were. Alright, cars moving forward. Here we go. Our boys are ready to move. Looks like they've definitely knocked out that Confederate brigade, so we're going to move right into the woods. And probably, well, hopefully, I should say, there won't be any Confederates in that area. So here we go. Hall is dealing with Anderson. It looks like the Confederates are going to go for a charge. It's definitely going to be some close combat here. And Stonewall Jackson and his elite division are reinforcing the center. We don't want that. I would love to grab those supplies, but it doesn't look like it's going to be happening anytime soon. So here we go. Look at that amazing situation actually occurring right in front of us. I'm also amazed that Meager has managed to hold out this long, but it definitely looks like these rebels are ready for a fight, and they're not giving up easily. Nonetheless, our boys are giving them hell. So let's keep moving forward. We've also got Berry over here. Bring him here, and bring Ward here, and just try and bump up that defense. All right, Ransom has surrendered. Take a look at Ransom. And it looks like it's going to be a Confederate brigade surrendering. Beautiful. We're going to definitely have them retreat, or route, in this case, back to our lines. And look at those dead gray coats all over the place. A ton of shells just littering the ground. But as long as we don't let them retake Mary's Heights, I'll be just fine. All right, there we go. They're definitely trying to box us in here. And I'd like to respond to that, but I think the best course of action is just to hit them with everything we've got. All right, here we go, guys. We're getting closer to another Confederate barricade, essentially. I'm actually going to have Osborne start firing at Deering. And I'm amazed our boys have not run out of ammunition yet, but if they haven't, it's certainly going to happen very, very soon. Look at those gray coats. That's beautiful. We're going to grab everybody here, give a few more shots to Law, and keep sending Tyler towards the enemy, but it looks like Robertson has shown up in the woods here and is not going to let us get away with this that easily. There we go, boys. Total advance at this point. Jackson is there. He's definitely giving some serious moral support to the men. So we've got to break that moral support. And really, it doesn't look like they have many men left, to be honest with you. I mean, we've definitely broken the rebel lines here, but they are fighting like absolute lions to win this battle. Sending Andrews and Alabac over here to watch them. And we probably want to send Hawkins and a few more guys down here to try and capture, of course, Telegraph Road. Can we take it in time? I don't know. If you guys want to, put your bets down below. Let's see what you think. So over here, our boys are having some trouble. This right flank, I'm trying to kind of ignore it, but it's not like Warren's not taking some serious hits. And even with Andrews approaching, I think we can probably get Warren to rout from the field. We definitely need these guys reloading quickly and firing continuously. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Our boys are continuing forward. Tyler, Ward as well, and even Barry on the way here, trying to hit the enemy flank. But we're probably going to send them right up this road to get to that position. It's going to be really hard to actually break the enemy here in the woods. So we might actually have to end up charging this position if we need to. But I think, first of all, I'm going to watch these guys that are approaching our flank and could seriously do a lot of damage. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to focus on them. And Hall also has these barricades that the Confederates have put up, which we can now use, of course, to stop them from moving forward and totally cutting us off. I think if they cut us off, it's pretty much a sure victory for them, especially since Robertson is doing so damn well. I almost want to take Tyler and charge, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to charge with Tyler. I'm going to charge with Ward. We need to do anything we can to break this line, and that's exactly what needs to be done. Of course, I'd love to get a volley off with Barry here. This guy is a very good shot. And what kind of weapon does he have? It's going to be an M1855, as per usual. No special guns for our men here, but good enough to get the job done. There we go. Bayonets at the ready, boys. Stoneman is here to assist. And we've got Hall over here holding off the rest of the rebel army. I'm amazed that Meager has lasted this long. He's lost almost his entire battalion. It actually reminds me of the Thunderbirds during the Battle of Anzio, going back to our Panzer General Let's Plays. And hopefully they make it out. Alright, here we go. Looking pretty rough. But our boys are giving them absolute hell here. Try to get a volley off. Come on, Barry. Give him a volley. Beautiful. We're still moving forward. We've got to watch that flank. And it looks like the rebels are definitely assimilating, in a very strange turn of phrase, to that flank. But look at that. Our boys are arriving at the marked position. We actually got some enemy supplies behind us. I'm going to try to hit them with Osborne's cannons. And we are going to try to basically just get right behind the enemy without their knowledge and snag that position from them. So there we go. Ransom is finally going off the field. 968 Confederate prisoners for our prison barges. Not the greatest place to spend your vacation, let's put it that way. These prison barges are some of the nastiest places on Earth. And it looks like there may even be, I'm not sure if it's just the utter devastation we've caused here, but a lot of the bodies that were here before have disappeared. Could just be sort of part of the game, obviously. It could also be the fact that we have peppered the ground with shells, and all of those bodies have basically turned into graves for the existing troops there. I mean, I'm going to be very surprised if this isn't our bloodiest battle ever in this game. It very well may be, and I don't even just mean Ultimate General Civil War. I mean just the Ultimate General series in general. Get Stoneman back. Might be too late to save him. I moved him forward a little too quickly, but I'm trying to get there on time and trying to snag this position. So there we go. Leisure getting there, Poe getting there. We already took the supplies, don't have to worry about them, but let's go ahead and hit Deering here and make sure we don't have to deal with any artillery as well. Beautiful. A total rout by Deering. We are approaching the location. Doesn't look like Jackson's men have gotten here on time. They're really focusing on the center here. So here we go, guys. We have secured Telegraph Road. But I'm going to move guys like Harland and a few others to basically just get on the barricades. We sort of changed positions in this battle, which I think is kind of funny. And I'm going to put Hawkins on this barricade right here. In fact, I'm going to allow him to run just to get there on time because the enemy is really moving quite quickly. Keep that artillery up. I think without our artillery in this battle, we would have already been totally finished. But the Confederates over here have really moved back. They're not interested in fighting anymore, and I can't blame them. Nice. Warren is routed thanks to the arty. Keep it up, boys. And that's going to be Randolph and his men. But this is truly a clash of titans. Colonel Peter Alabac has been wounded, my friends. Nonetheless, we have secured the position. We could even keep moving if we wanted to and try to smash the enemy's flank. But the battle has such a small amount of time left that I'm really not even sure we want to do that. I think we can basically just accept our losses and move forward. Looks like we got a few Confederate soldiers here that are also running away from the battlefield and heading back home as quickly as possible. So that cover is really going to help. It's not going to totally change the battle, but it should make enough of a difference to really assist us in holding this position for the rest of the battle. I think the enemy's trying to get over here to Mary's Heights and stop us. It's just not going to happen. Not if my men have anything to say about it. Move Revere forward. Move Hall forward as well. And it does look like our supplies have finally emptied. Our men have definitely been using that ammunition. These boys are hanging out. I think Poe and his men are the luckiest men on this battlefield. They still have gotten 164 deaths, but nonetheless, I mean, they really have gotten out of this battle without too many losses compared to a whole lot of other brigades. For instance, Revere over here losing 1,125 men, and that is a victory for the awesome Agrippa Maximus. I even got an achievement, which is kind of cool. And I'm not patting myself on the back because, you know, this was medium difficulty. It wasn't the hardest difficulty. And in fact, the Confederates got the most kills. Kershaw over here with 2,872 kills. It's almost impossible to imagine that many. I mean, it's so many kills. And our best guy was Barnes, essentially. I think just because of pure luck and obviously a great deal of manpower, we managed to win. But look at all the men we lost. We lost Peter Lyle, Henry Cake, we lost William Rogers, we lost Alfred Sully, James Barnes, Thomas Stockton, and Robert Ransom. I mean, this was a major, major battle. Obviously, the amount of stuff we took was pretty incredible. And let's just take a look here at units. Now, I'm surprised because statistics, we don't have any deaths. There we go. My God, boys, look at that. We lost 40,000 men. The enemy lost about 30,000. I mean, that is 70,000 men in one go. That is definitely our nastiest battle yet, and I must admit, I am a little shocked myself, but very, very cool. If you guys enjoyed the Battle of Fredericksburg, I would love to see you put a comment down below, hit that like button, share the channel, not just the video, but the channel with your friends. It really helps, and obviously the Federals have won today. We did a good job. We held out, but not without losing a whole lot of men. So we did a little bit better than the Union did on the actual Battle of Fredericksburg, but I'm pretty sure we lost way more men than they did. Of course, we have to consider that a good portion of that 40K, in reality, most of them would be wounded, but a great deal of them would be dead. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. I hope everybody had a great holiday. Hope you continue to have a great holiday, and obviously, hit that like button, share with friends, comment, do whatever you need to do. Take care, my friends.